Good morning, kids. This is Karina Castillo with Community Hospice, and today I thought I could share a new book that I just got, and the book is called Wemberly Worried. The author is Kevin Henks. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things, I want to make sure you're still there. Little things, Mama, what if I shrink? And things in between. Wemberly worried in the morning, she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the boats on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetie. I'll wait for you, Petal. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried, worried, and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, her mother said, there was nothing to worry about. This is the best present ever. But then Wemberly worried that there would not be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon Wemberly had a new worry, school. Wemberly worried the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher's mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Miss Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Miss Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Pearl, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, said Miss Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned around and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. The end. Okay, kids, so after reading that book, I thought of a great activity you could do. And the supplies that you'll need are some regular blank paper. I would say at least 5 sheets or so. You're going to need some markers or something to write with that's colorful. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need some glue. You're also going to need an empty jar. You can use spaghetti sauce jar, whatever you have that's empty at home. And so I call this my worry jar. And what I did is once the peanut butter was empty, the can was empty, I washed it all out as best as I could. And then I covered it with just a blank piece of paper and then glued it. So you have to kind of cut and glue it all the way around. And then what I did was I decorated it with the words of one of my favorite songs, the Don't Worry, Be Happy, if you can read that. And then I did a little rainbow and a heart. And then I also wrote my name on the jar. And then what I did was I took the paper and I cut strips this way. They don't have to be perfect. You'll notice mine are not cut very well and not very perfectly, so just do your best at cutting. But what you'll have after you cut is some strips of paper you can write on. And what I want you to do is, as you're going throughout your day and there's any type of worrisome thoughts that come to mind for you, then you're going to write them down. So for instance, I'll show you some of the ones I did. One of the ones that I did is, do others like me? So that's just something that I worry about. Another worry that I have is, will someone in my family get sick? So that's something that I think we all worry about often. And so that's one that I wrote down. So as you're writing them down, you can fold them in half and put them inside your jar. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold all of mine that I wrote out and put them inside of my jar. And at the end of your day, what I'm suggesting is that you find a trusted adult or an older sibling that you can talk to and share some of these worries with. And as you're talking about some of these worries, oftentimes we find that when we share with others what we're worried about, our thought process will start to change, and we won't be as worried about some of the things that cross our mind throughout the day. At the end of your time with your adult, then what you're actually going to do is take out all your worries out of the jar, and you get to do that with them. You get to tear them up and then throw them away in the garbage can. And you do that with each one, okay? So I won't do it with all of them, but throw them away. So every day you start with a brand new fresh jar.